Hello backpackers, this is Juan from Juan Backpacks and I'm here today with my High Sierra Trail highlight video. It's a video of our continuous through hike of the High Sierra Trail in the Sierra. My son and I did this along with a third person. I'm doing this kind of lead into the video because you might have some trouble understanding the chronology of the video without this kind of setup. We had a little bit of difficulty on day 2, and so we had to basically take a 0 on day 2. Not really a 0, still hiked 19 miles, but I'll explain in a second. We actually ended up still coming in and finishing, even though we blew a whole day, we were able to catch up on that day, my son and I, and still come in and finish on the day that we had intended to, which was having 8 total days on trail and really a full 0 at the Kern Hot Springs. So we were able to make up that time. And here's what happened, so you understand again the chronology. In the video, we're just going to skip day 2. We're going to go right from day 1 to day 3. The reason I'm doing that is because on day 2, the third person that was with us had some difficulty. We made it about 9 miles the first day. And so we decided that instead of letting the person hike back themselves, that my son and I would actually leave our bear cans at 9 Mile Creek in the bear box there, and at least hike without our bear cans and hike back with the person. And then, almost to the trailhead, within sight of the trailhead, let that person go ahead and go back to trailhead and get back to civilization through the shuttle system. And then we would continue on the hike. And that all happened on day 2. So the morning of day 2, we woke up, and it wasn't a serious issue, but it was enough that, that the person had to go. It wasn't like anything life-threatening or anything like that. It really wasn't even a medical thing. It was just a logistics thing. And so we did 9 miles back to the trailhead on day 2, 9 miles back to where we started to get our bear cans. And then we added about another, I'd say 2 miles, but we'll just for the sake of argument, we'll say 1 more mile to 19 miles that day. So we did 19 miles on day 2 and really only made 1 mile of progress. So that was kind of a wash that day. And that's kind of why we're just like leaving that day out, because we really didn't take any video that day. We were just focused on getting back the 9 miles, back again to 9 Mile Creek, so 18 miles, and then get a little bit further. So we got another mile, probably 2 miles further. We actually got to Buck Creek, and I think that was like maybe 2 miles further. So anyway, I'm calling it 19 miles, and it was probably a little bit more of that on day 2. But the video is going to go from day 1. It's going to skip day 2, which I just explained, and then it'll start off on day 3 when we actually went over Kauai and went the whole way to Moraine Lake to try to make up for the kind of day that we lost. So that ended up being pretty good. And it was actually a fun day. 21 miles honestly wasn't that bad. So without further ado, let's go ahead and watch the video. And there's lots of good stuff in here, so have a good time watching the video. All right, we are going through the San Joaquin Valley right now. Lots of agriculture. We're headed to the trailhead. Ray over there hanging out, my son, and of course me, and the bus. All right, we are at the visitor center headquarters at the park, and we are just kind of checking things out. We're taking a break. We're on our way to the museum to pick up our permits, and we'll get started hiking. We're just checking out the scenery. It's pretty awesome out here. Okay, this is it, the start of the High Sierra Trail. Ray in my background there. Junior just over my shoulder wearing the dirt shirt. Junior has this trail name already. That is Dolly for Salvador Dali. He got that last year on the JMT. I got one I didn't like on the JMT because they called me ankles and I hate that shit. So I'm not accepting that. But the group that I work out with, they say that I should be roadkill. So I think roadkill is gonna be it for me. So anyway, it's time to start. We're walking actually to the trailhead. So we got like about 100 miles to go to the trailhead. Then we got another 80 to finish the trail. So we'll see you later. All right, it's our first few steps on trail. Juan behind me, see Ray back around the corner there. We're overlooking Crescent Meadow. I'm gonna flip this camera around and show you what Crescent Meadow looks like for a second. All right, folks, we are walking through the Redwood Forest here above Crescent Meadow, and it's pretty nice. Let's look at this tree right here. Look at this monster tree. Is there a bear in there? You could sleep between that. That's crazy. This thing's huge. So, Redwood Forest, there you have it. Straight from the trail, baby. Let's keep on hiking. You guys ready to hike?
Ready to go.
They're ready to go. Ready and raring to go. So we're gonna go. Video time. Wave to the camera, Juan. Don't look so serious, man. Look at this. That is the Western Continental Divide over there. Oh, the bushes are in the way. I'm out close to a cliff, so I'm not gonna get out there too far. All right, we just had an interesting occurrence. I was walking right beside a big boulder, and all of a sudden the rattles of a rattlesnake. Yeah. They didn't really do much. I just kind of didn't really jump. I just kind of like listened so I knew where it was real quick. And then I just kind of kept walking slowly past it. I mean, it had only been maybe a couple feet from me because it was right beside me in a boulder, about a big basketball-sized boulder. So I'm sure we're gonna run into more rattlesnakes because I hear there's quite a few out on the trail lately. So if we actually see one, that one was in a really thick bush, and I didn't want to go digging for them, so I'd rather leave sleeping rattlesnakes lie. But if we see one, we'll get some video of it. Wow, we're at Bear Paw Meadow right now. Beautiful here. Nice scenery of the Western Continental Divide. These are the old store restaurant that they used to have operational a few years ago. Until it got damaged by snow. It's kind of a long story how we're so short on distance and days. Yesterday we did a 19-mile day. I'll give you, at the end of the day today, once we figure out how far we're gonna make it, I'll give you a little synopsis of what transpired yesterday, which would have been our second day on trail, and our twists and turns. And needless to say, we're gonna do 19 today, or we did 19 yesterday. We'll do 18 miles today to go over Coy Gap and down into probably Moraine Lake. But I'll get back to you on the details and kind of the end of the day summary. So until then, here's some views from Bear Paw Meadow for you.
See the marmot on the rock? He is challenging us. I don't know if he's gonna charge or not. They're pretty dangerous. Oh, there he goes. He's making run for it. No, he's setting up for the attack. He's in the bush over there. He's gonna get us. He's setting up for the attack. No, not there. Coward. All right, day 3. We're trying to do 18 miles today. We're gonna have about 10 of those done pretty directly as we go over Kaweah Gap here. This is the lake that Ansel Adams made famous. This is Precipice Lake. You can see there's snow. Beautiful lake. Video probably doesn't do it justice. I'm gonna show you a couple shots of it right now though. All right, folks, we're at Moraine Lake. I was way too tired yesterday to, I'm gonna let you change the background here, but do a little spin while I'm talking. Beautiful lake at 9,200 feet just about. We did about 20 plus miles. I think it was 25 yesterday to get here, just to get our schedule back on track. We had a situation where we had to backtrack about 9 miles the first day or the second day and then restart again. Not really restart, but just backtrack. And so we really had to push some miles to get back on schedule. And that's what we did. But when we got here, like I said, I think I'm gonna double check it and I'll put in the picture below, you know, what the actual mileage was, but I think it was close to 25. And it was a lot of elevation gain. I think we had we had well over 4,000, probably 6,000 feet of elevation gain. Again, I don't want to speak out of turn, but it was a lot, and I just kind of calculated in my head. So it was pretty crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna show you a reenactment of what it was like last night when we got here, because we got right to bed. We cooked, set up our tent, and got right to bed. But here's a reenactment, a dramatic reenactment of what we did when we got here. We made it! We made it! We made it! All right, folks. It is day, what's day? Day 3. Well, no, actually it's day 4. We lost a day on a 9-mile backtrack. So we'll get into detail, but we had to backtrack 9 miles. So we did an 18-mile day that day. And then we did a 25-mile day yesterday, I think. I'm saying that because I haven't really looked at the map log real closely, but I'll correct it if I need to. We're going down the switchbacks right now into the Kern River Valley, where we are going to spend, because we hiked over 40 miles in 2 days. Over 40 miles in 2 days. So we are going to take a much needed 2 days down here. We're going to get down there probably by 10 o'clock in the morning. We're going to spend 2 days in the Kern River at the hot springs, soaking and fishing for the Kern River rainbows, man. That's what we came for. So we're going to be down there for 2 days, just hanging out, enjoying ourselves, eating up our food, and enjoying the views, which I will show you right now. Okay, we are overlooking the Kern River right now from a really incredible vantage. I'm going to show it to you right now. First Kern River rainbow. He's a good one too, just keep him out of logs. Grab the line and pull them up by the line. Watch your tip, watch your tip, watch your tip. Reach out. Watch your tip. There you go, man. Oh, that's a good one too, man. First cast, Kern River Rainbow. This is the Kern Hot Spring, which we're about ready to jump into. Hey backpackers, this is Juan. We did, what is it? 19 days the day before yesterday. We did 21 yesterday to Moraine Lake, and now we're at the hot springs, Kern Hot Springs. The fishing's been incredible. We caught some really nice Kern River rainbows, so we're having lots of fun. I'll show some footage after this. I've got a couple catches, not too many because we're too busy fishing and having fun. But anyway, we're gonna settle down to dinner now, and then we're gonna call it a night, and we're gonna stay here one more full day for a 0 since we hiked so much and we caught up to our schedule, so all is good. And until the next video clip, I'll see you guys later. Maybe much later, not sure. Got him in. Nice Kern River Rainbow. Got a tiger by the tail. Oh, look at that. Kern River Rainbow. Beautiful. Okay, folks. I can't remember what day it is. I just posted down below. We left Kern Hot Springs. We stayed there for 2 days. We didn't do a lot of filming when we were at Kern Hot Springs. We were just relaxing, fishing pretty much all day long and soaking in the hot spring. So we just wanted to relax and get away from filming. We intended to go to Junction Meadow to camp, which was about 9 miles away from Kern Hot Spring, but there's so many mosquitoes and so forth. We're going to bypass it. We're actually headed even farther, another probably 8 miles to get to Crabtree Meadow at 10,500 feet. So it's a pretty long day, but we've done a couple long days, done a 19 and a 21-mile day. So I think we can handle this day, which would probably be, I don't know, total 18 miles, something like that. We're now going up a pass behind me, and it's pretty crazy. You won't be able to tell from the video, but it is definitely steep, a lot of switchbacks and so forth. And so we are headed to Crabtree Meadow right now. We are almost to Crabtree Meadow, about a mile from there. I think today we'll have an 18-mile day. We skipped our last campsite, and it started to hail. So we're underneath this big pine tree, taking some shelter, and it already stopped. Gotta love the Sierra. It comes and goes. It goes as quick as it comes. All right, backpackers, this is Juan from Juan Backpacks, and I am at Crabtree Meadow. We hiked from Kern Hot Springs to Crabtree Meadow. I believe it's close to 18 miles, and I will actually post here what the actual mileage is. On the way in, it sleeted, it rained, it was coming down, and it was cold. It was 53 degrees with a really cold wind blowing, and so it was pretty challenging. Well, not really challenging. It was actually fun. But we're here in the tent now because, you know, I'll explain maybe maybe I explained already at the beginning of the video, but we've had like some twists and turns to this trip that may not be evident, and it's probably better that I explain it. It'll make some of the daily stuff make sense. But anyway, we're at Crabtree Meadow. We hiked a lot of miles to get back on our normal schedule that we were on. And now we are finding, because we had like an extra time, we had to really conserve our battery. And so you can see I'm charging up a lot of things here. Mainly my inReach and my phone are priorities because they work in tandem. My watch, no big deal. But my inReach is number one priority, and so I'm 100%ing that. It's always 100%. And then my phone, because it interacts with the inReach, and I try to not use my phone that much, which I'm recording on right now. It's beautiful here at Crabtree Meadow. I'll get some footage for you to show you right after this. Again, the mileage to get here, it was pretty big. It was like 18 miles through the Sierra, and it's a pretty big elevation gain, and I'll post it up down below when I get a chance. My son's next to me here. He's chilling out. We take a two-man, actually, because of situations like this, I mean, you can see the rain from the sleet and the rain on the tent here. I use Gossam Gear 2, which is awesome. It's huge and roomy, just incredible. I've got room at my feet right now. I've got room at my head for my gear too. And it's really roomy, but we do a kind of a weird thing, not a weird thing, but we basically take two different shelters. We take a tarp, and we actually use the tarp. It's set up outside here in the trees so that we can cook under it when it gets inclement weather, and then we still have a shelter like this too. So we do that kind of on purpose. Instead of both of us taking our individual tents, our one-person tents, we take one two-person tent, and then my son takes his ultralight tarp, and that's what we used in inclement weather. It's always worked out for us. Worked out on the High Sierra Trail now a lot. We actually shared that tarp with a ranger who was passing through at Kern Hot Springs because he needed some shade and so forth, and we had some shades. We offered it to him, and and so it rained a little bit too that day, and so he came in under the rain. But anyway, just a little summary. Tomorrow we're going to go from Crabtree Meadow to Guitar Lake, which is at kind of the base of Mount Whitney, and we will do that in the afternoon. And then that's only like 3.5 miles from here. That kind of stages us for a early morning ascent of Mount Whitney. And so we get up there for a daylight, for the sunrise. So that's our goal. Out here, plans change, plans get adjusted all the time. And again, our plans change and adjusted a lot in the beginning and throughout our High Sierra Trail here. And so again, I'll probably I have to explain that at the top of the video. But anyway, tomorrow, Guitar Lake, and then the next day, up Mount Whitney, and then out the portal and getting some real food. That sounds really good. You see,
sounds good.
My son's like, yeah, that sounds real good. So, all right, folks, talk to you later. Gold trout. Woo. All right. Yep. Woo. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. All right, folks, a little update. This is the day before summit day. We came out of Crabtree Meadow. We are heading towards Guitar Lake, where we'll stage up and try to get an early morning summit of Mount Whitney. We're actually just stopped here at this beautiful lake part of the way up, and I cannot remember the name of the lake, but I'm gonna show you some good video footage of it. How about that? Good consolation. All right, we are at Guitar Lake, and tomorrow morning we are going to attempt to summit Whitney. Guitar Lake's at about 11,000 feet, so we're going to be going to 14,500 feet. So those aren't exact, feet, but they're generally what it is. And so it's going to be a long day. We've got to go up to the top of Whitney and then get down and out the portal. We should be able to do that. I mean, we're at Guitar Lake. It's not huge miles. We've done a bunch of miles in the past. It should be, the most challenging thing is going to be getting up early in the morning. That's Guitar Lake, by the way, behind me there. Getting up early in the morning, getting up that mountain. Got to get my legs going. Early rise. We're going to get up at dark. I think we're gonna get up around 1 o'clock in the morning and get going as quickly as possible. And hopefully we can get up there for sunrise on the top of Whitney, which we have not done before. We've summited the Whitney before, but we've never been there at sunrise. And that is what we're going to try to do. And there's my son, he's prepping his gear for tomorrow. And we will catch you at the top of Whitney tomorrow. Maybe a little bit on the way up too. So, oh yeah, I saw a marmot a little bit ago. I'll show that to you too. All right, backpackers, we just summited Whitney. Whitney is behind us there. You can't see the hut anymore, not the hut, but the cabin or whatever, the stone structure. I got some video, some still shots when we were up there. Really didn't think about it because I was just so glad to be up there with my son who's right over my shoulder there. Glad that we could make it for the sunrise, because last time we did not make it for the sunrise. This time we did, and just enjoyed the moment with my son, being on that mountain and doing the things we love doing, like trying to stay warm, because it was 30 degrees up there and I have shorts on. Yeah, that was a mistake. Didn't wear my long johns this morning hiking because we were down at Guitar Lake and it was not too bad. I knew it was going to be much colder, but I just didn't pay attention. So anyway, I'm going to sign out. I'll maybe show you some sights on the way down, some panos and stuff like that. But we are done. Maybe some burger shots at the portal when we get out, because we're heading out the portal, baby. Yeah, out the portal.